Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to the Real Divine Abundance Spirit reading. So I do these monthly and I couldn't wait to do this one for March because they're changing it up and I'm using different decks. And there's even more meaning behind the decks that they guided me to because for the first time, we always tap into the secret wealth codes to find out what are the best qualities that we can utilize in March that would literally create more real divine abundance. These messages and this reading is all about tapping in and connecting more with real divine abundance in all forms and create more of that in our lives. So I always use this deck to find out what are the best qualities that we can better utilize in March that would help us create more real divine abundance in our lives. So the next deck that they guided me to was Angels of Abundance to get angel messages, guidance on real divine abundance. And the next deck that really struck me was they wanted me to include the divine power. Again, they were saying that a lot of this real divine abundance, we are given the divine power in the physical. It's 111 on the video when I said that, to co-create and co-do and it's up to us to proactively connect with real divine abundance, to actually do things in the physical, and we have the divine power to actually create more for ourselves. So they wanted me to literally start adding this deck to these readings, which only empowered me that we literally have more power in our hands to connect with and create more real divine abundance. In reality, that's what they want to bring home. This can be you have more divine power than you realize to connect with and create more real divine abundance. So that they want to literally include the divine power deck, I dropped everything to do this reading because it just even empowered me in just having this deck included. And so I want to convey that on the video, that's very powerful. We also in every reading have been getting a lot of power cards, court cards, and every power card that could possibly come out, that to remind us of our power in the physical, to connect with and create more real divine abundance always. And then we're going to end it with real divine abundance, literally spirit messages from spirit to our spirit, what we can keep in our minds and hearts that help with staying connected and creating more real divine abundance in our lives. Because they're saying, this is for us to always remind ourselves about that we're surrounded with real divine abundance. We can always have the power to create more, tap in, connect, and create more for ourselves. And really be in sync with that. And that's what they're asking me to change up decks and change even how I word things. And, because this is not pie in the sky, this is reality of really connecting to and creating more real divine abundance. And sometimes it's just a shift of where we're focusing our attention or our energy, or, taking a moment to tap in, take a moment to reclaim your power, to be more connected to that, because that's on us to do proactively. So this is a monthly that I do every month, but it is changing up and there's a different emphasis on different things. This is more emphasizing the power that we have in the physical to actually really be tapped in more with real divine abundance and bring more of that in for ourselves and co-create that, co-do it, proactively do it. So I'm very excited with where it's going. The energy, I feel like it's propelling these to have greater meaning or a greater emphasis. And I couldn't wait to do this. So it has, a different importance or a different, I'm feeling all these shifts with this. So let's tap into first our qualities for March. What are our best qualities to be utilizing in March? This is all to be better in sync with real divine abundance. And I feel like just the way that I allowed the flow, and this could be why I'm saying this, it could be in your personal life with what you're doing, that if you feel guided to change things up or to do things in a different way to better utilize something, or, if you feel guided, follow it, because I feel like there was a reason why all of a sudden they're saying put in this divine power. There's a lot more that lies in our own hands, like how I'm holding this card, for us to, if you feel guided to shift something around or do something differently that breathes new life into something, or okay, so let's tap into our qualities for March. Because there's such an underscoring of the power that we have in our fingertips, in our energy, what we're focusing on, what we're doing. Okay, so what are the qualities for March that would best, that we should keep in mind that we could better utilize that will create more real divine abundance literally, or help us stay connected more with real divine abundance? What qualities would help us create more real divine abundance in a very real sense in March? So right away we have one, the Advocate. Look at the brightness. First of all, we're doing it all together. Look, they're in arm. Look at the bright light together, what we're creating. This is the Advocate. I align with the greater good for all. So it's not just good for you, but it's good for everyone. And that's where we're all stepping out into a new future with everything that we're doing in the physical. It has to benefit you and be good for you, but good for all. And this is the new energy. This is a very grounded, even the card is like brown. It's a very grounded, that's what we're working on in the physical, that it's not just good for, we're making things better, but not just for you on an individual. If it's good for you, it's good for all kind of vibe. And it's making it brighter. Share that and outpour that, and look at the brightness that brings, the light that it brings to the world. I align with the greater good for all. So in March, it's doing and creating for you and all. I align with the greater good for all. So you want to be the qualities: humanitarian, resourceful, integrous, idealistic, resilient, outspoken. I felt like these bubbles were speaking into a lot with speaking communication. Opinionated, rebellious, a champion, supportive, compassionate, democratic, passionate, driven, and devoted. So it's being resourceful. I think a lot is being outspoken, speaking up. We're resilient and strong. We're a champion for ourselves and others. It's all aligned with the greater good for all. Supportive, compassionate, driven. Passionate and compassionate are both. So the actions that we're doing, walking arm in arm, are making it brighter and better. And that's what we're doing. We're the Advocate. We're speaking up. We're going forward for ourselves and others, aligned with the greater good. That's what's driving us in March. It's what's driving us in March. And we have the Great Nurturer. How gorgeous is that? A lot of moon energy has been coming out in March, to be very nurturing to yourself and others during this time. I give and receive nourishment. So you also want to be very motherly, nurturing, devoted, loving, wise, empathetic, compassionate. We have compassionate, loving, empathetic, both of this. That's even in the sense of walking arm in arm to a greater way, bringing more light to situations, making things better. We're nurturing each other in this light, give and receive nourishment. A compassionate, abundant, generous, receptive, emotional, inclusive, supportive, and stable. That's what we're bringing in, the work that we're doing. We're nurturing each other and yourself. You want to be compassionate, inclusive, generous, receptive, loving, wise. See how she's walking? They're walking arm in arm. So we're the Advocate and the great nurturer. We're nurturing ourselves and nurturing each other. And we're being very loving, inclusive. It's this energy, walking hand in hand, nurturing yourself and others. And we have the Visionary. Beautiful, beautiful. So in March, this has been a recurring message that we're bringing in a new day. We're seeing farther, a new perspective. We have also, that's what I'm getting. We're bringing in, the world is filled with possibilities. We could be really going farther, and the world is also bringing us new promise of a better day, new possibilities. We can see farther. We can see new things coming in. We've been getting a new horizon. You also are the Visionary. So you have a higher perspective and you can see farther. And you can see what's coming in. The world is filled with possibilities. So you want to also be inventive, expansive, wise, insightful, enthusiastic, curious, courageous, philanthropic, imaginative, knowledgeable, conceptual, inspired, idealistic. That's been coming up a couple of times. Benevolent and humble. This is very expansive. It's like there's new things on the horizon. You could be getting great perspectives on things. You are the Visionary. You can see better. You can see farther. You could be getting great ideas. You can be seeing great things coming in the future. We're nurturing that at the heart of it. So we're nurturing for each other to bring in the light. Look at the light here and the light of the sun here. So in the center, what I'm getting with the nurturing, we're nurturing each other to speak up, go forward, bring in more light, right? And also being the Visionary. So bringing in new possibilities, seeing farther, we're supporting each other. It's bringing in a new day, a new future. So the visionary, we're getting more of a clearing. We're getting, the world is filled with possibilities again. We're helping each other to bring that in. You see how their arms are around each other? We're speaking up, we're going forward, we're the advocate for better. We're aligned with, it's not just good for me, it's good for all. We're walking forward into the future in that fashion. That's kind of where you want to come from. The great nurturer, you're nurturing that within yourself and with others, and we're the visionary of a better future, of the possibilities. We're supporting each other with that, each of us. But there is a lot of tremendous possibilities. So that's where they want us to tap in with our real divine abundance, that to align with the greater good for all, give and receive nourishment to yourself, nurture your visionaries, nurture that it's for the greater good for all, that kind of qualities, and remain the visionary where you're focused on the big picture, you're focused on the possibilities of a brighter day, of the future. These two things right here, the light, that's where our eyes, our focus, our attention, our energy, we're nurturing that, bringing the better in. And how to do it literally, what we're nurturing is being humanitarian, resourceful, integrous, idealistic, resilient, outspoken, opinionated, rebellious, a champion, supportive, compassionate, democratic, passionate, driven, and devoted. And it's bringing in better possibilities, a brighter day, a brighter future. We're seeing farther and clearer, and all the world is filled with possibilities. And so we're nurturing this in each other, individually and collectively, like for everyone, to be more inventive, to be expansive, to be wise, insightful, enthusiastic, curious, courageous, philanthropic, imaginative, knowledgeable, conceptual, inspired, idealistic, benevolent, and humble, because we're walking into that brightness, that future together. So the work that you're doing individually, when it seems like you're, we're actually, it's for the greater good. We're walking arm in arm into a brighter day, brighter future possibilities. So we're the great nurturer for ourselves and then for others, even for the new ideas we're nurturing, for the visions we're nurturing, and we're also nurturing for each other to remain. We're doing this individually, we're nurturing to come from the stand, and nurturing each other to be in this fashion in March, because it's tapping into real divine abundance. It's bringing in the light, the brighter days, the possibilities. So that's where we're coming from in March. Let's tap into real divine abundance from the angels. So angels of abundance, what are the angel messages as we remain the advocate, where we're doing it not just to real divine abundance for me, or, we're doing it for all. It's aligned to the greater good of all. What's making it better for you is making it better for all. We're the great nurturer, where we're there for each other. Look, they even have their arms around each other here. There's two in this card. And we're helping each other have a greater vision, being the visionary, supporting each other with the possibilities. The world is filled with possibilities. We can get a bigger perspective. We can see more light coming in. And we also could be very inventive, very creative, and finding more possibilities to bringing in greater things together. So this is the energy in March that they want us to support and nurture individually, ourselves, and each other, with the visions, the possibilities, the creativeness, the inventiveness, and we're all in it together with the arms around each other. Very inclusive, very nurturing to yourself and others. So let's see what are the angel messages for March. It's like walking into better and brighter together, all together. Even if you're doing acts by yourself, it's for the greater good of all. And it's that nurturing. I almost feel like we're being nurtured to be this way, individually and collectively, almost just naturally, to be this way, to be more of a visionary, to be more of an advocate. That's where the energy is going forward. No more complaining, the angels are saying, no more complaining, which is probably why they were asking me to put in the divine power. Instead of complaining, reclaim your power, right? It's very victim-y, taking away your power when you complain. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-giving power. No surprise why they told me to include the divine power deck. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. reclaim your power. Look, we're making it better. We're the advocate going forward. We are the visionary, bringing in more possibilities. So we don't have to feel stuck or trapped or in that victimhood, limiting our power. Take back your God-given power, because it's not true. They're saying it's not true. Always affirm you have an abundance of choices and freedom. And we do. And then we have let go of guilt. Interesting, under the great nurturer, let go of guilt. So when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. So forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Remember, we're putting our arms around each other, and look at the bright light. So let go of anything. You've got to nurture yourself to shine bright. Let go of anything that doesn't allow you to shine or bring more of all your power and light to situations, because it doesn't serve. Like that, leave the past in the past, because we're bringing great power and light to the future, to what you're doing. Be nurturing. Be more nurturing, and let go of what holds you back from shining and reclaiming your power. And then we have block out distractions. Yeah, because look, she's alone up here, envisioning more possibilities. There could be times when we have to block out distractions from the outside world, or people who don't bring the power and light. Block out those distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. If there are times you need to alone time, she's alone. It's the only card that they're alone. To rise above situations, to be able to see farther, to get greater visions of possibilities and everything. They're saying block out the distractions. Rise up and always claim a higher perspective and see the promise of a new day and possibilities. Block out distractions that lower your energy or take your power or light away from you. Your energy is being used as an advocate. What's good for you is good for all. Great nurturer and the visionary of possibilities. So no more complaining, letting go of guilt, which is reclaiming your power and light, and block out the distractions that just sap your power. Now you see why they wanted me to go into real divine power, your divine power. What is the divine power? That definitely they're saying there's more in our divine power in the day-to-day to connect and create more real divine abundance in a very real sense. That's what the underscoring is. It's real in a very real sense. So let's get divine power. Hold on a second. There's like 90 cards here. Hold on. Divine power. Wow. I mean, they're really underscoring there's a lot more in our divine power when it comes to real divine abundance. No more complaining. Let go of the guilt. Shine bright. Reclaim your power and light, and block out those distractions. Because the work we're doing arm in arm inclusively, it's for the greater good of you and all. We're the great nurturer of each other, and the visionary, the possibilities, brighter days. It could be ideas and possibilities. Okay, right away we're getting, you have divine power to work on it now. What do they say? Get to work. The things that we're doing going forward, we're making things better. So definitely you have divine power to work on it now. That's why they're saying it. They wanted me for the first time to include the divine power deck, because a lot we're co-creating, co-doing. So you have divine power to work on it now, and you have divine power to set it free. This is going on, let it go of guilt. You have divine power to set it free. If there are things that, and block out distractions, if there are things that are dimming your power and your light in the physical, you can set it free. On the other hand, if there are things positive, like I said, you're a visionary, you get an idea, you get a possibility to do, and you feel guided, set it free. Because you're being divinely used in that way to make it better for yourself and all. Nurture it if you need to set something free. But I'm also getting, if there's anything that's dimming your power or your light, or distracting you or lowering your energy in some way, set it free. Like, let it go, because it's time to reclaim your power and light, because you're being divinely used to make it brighter. Look at this, or to get the visions, right? To bring in the better. And that's light, okay? And then you have divine power to make the difference. You have divine power to make the difference. This is why they told me to put in the divine power deck. This is why you have divine power to work on it now and to literally make the difference, because we are the visionaries. We are the advocates. We need to nurture that within ourselves and others. So no more complaining, no more guilt. Block out the distractions. Do the work. Do the work. It's making the difference. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so let's go into real divine abundance now and get real divine abundance messages from spirit for our spirit, what to keep in our minds and hearts as we do the work, because we're making the difference. Set it free. So set free whatever is you're complaining or feel guilty, you know, that's distracting you from your power and light. Or set free your vision, set free the new possibilities, set free, you know, the things that are making it better for yourself and others in the day-to-day. Set it free, because we're co-creating, co-doing. So that's both ways. Let's get real divine abundance messages for our mind and heart in March. What are the spirit messages for our minds and hearts to keep in mind to stay connected to real divine abundance, to stay in our power to do the work? Do the work. You are making the difference. To stay the visionary, to stay the advocate, to stay the great nurturer. Yes, yes. Empower yourself to fearlessly and courageously do all you know you are here to do. You have divine power to work on it now. You have divine power to make the difference, to be the visionary, the great nurturer, the advocate. No more complaining, no more guilt. Block out the distractions. Empower yourself. That's why they were like, put in that divine power deck. There's more about that. We need to reclaim our power to do the work. Empower yourself to fearlessly and courageously do all you know you are here to do. That's part of the advocate also. Being very courageous and speaking up and being fearless. It's kind of that advocate kind of power of going forward, doing the work, making a difference, being courageous, fearless, empowering yourself. And we had our arms around each other. So you're doing that for yourself and others, to go forward more fearlessly, courageously, making things better, more possibilities, the visionary. Yeah, look at this. Truly regard every day as having infinite possibilities that are available to you now. The visionary. Truly regard every day. The world is filled with possibilities. You can't make this up. Truly regard every day as having infinite possibilities that are available to you now. So you could be getting great perspectives, awareness, ideas, nudgings. Just like how I began this reading, I didn't normally use on a very trivial scale. I didn't ever use this combo of decks. I was guided to. What did I do? I followed it. So it's a part of an infinite possibility. Anything you don't actively think, but it comes in, or you get an idea. We all call it different things, but you get nudged, you get an inspiration, you have a vision of something. Truly regard. And then also to lift your spirits. Every day is a new day. Every day has new possibilities. The world is filled with possibilities. They want us to remain that way, Leo. This is, again, very courageous. Look at this. Expansive, wise, insightful, enthusiastic. Rise up every day. Truly regard every day as having infinite possibilities that are available to you now. That's what they want you to know. So no more complaining, things like that. You could be getting divine ideas, seeing farther, seeing clearly, seeing new light every day. Truly regard every day as having infinite possibilities available to you now. So this is gorgeous. Yeah, and they could be really giving you great ideas. You could be getting great ideas, seeing farther, seeing more clearly what to do that will make things better. So let's see, other mind body, we have two more. Yeah. Stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance. This is where we tend to, you know, we need to rise up. We need to be uplifted. We need to stay divinely connected, literally, and create real divine abundance. It reminds me of this, where you can get divine ideas, what I was saying before, that you can get divine ideas. See the little bird go by? It's like all of a sudden you can get a higher level thought, thinking, divine idea. Stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance. Going back to here in our power to work, create, to work on it now, make the difference. We're co-creating this. So stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance. When they say stay divinely connected, it's not just like your ideas. You can get ideas and visions and all that and nudge to do things, but stay divinely connected just to even keep your spirit up, your energy up, and stay divinely connected when you feel yourself complaining or feeling you're blocking your power and light, or too distracted when you're not doing the work and making a difference. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot that is under that umbrella of staying divinely connected, because it could help your energy, uplift your spirit, keep you connected to higher thought, a higher perspective, to get more divine ideas, to be the advocate, stay divinely connected. It's not just for you, it's for the greater good. It's for you and all. Things that are going to really, they always said the divine ingredients right now, anything you're doing that you're planting, if it's good for you and all, it's like blessed, doubly blessed, and create real divine abundance. So stay connected to that. And we got this one, clear out the old for new opportunities to appear. Yeah, that's what we're in the process of doing, clearing out the old for new opportunities to appear. So they're saying that's what's coming in, new opportunities. This has been a recurring message. So we're clearing the way out of the old. That's why they want us to be the visionary for the new ideas, the new possibilities every day. Do the work. You're making the difference in your power here. Yeah. Do the work now. You're making the difference. We're clearing out the old. New things are coming in. So the energy or the qualities to be, you're the advocate. What's good for you. It's aligned with the greater good of all. Be a great nurturer to yourself and others. Because again, it's coming from the greater good of you and all. So you want to be that nurturer for yourself and others. And the visionary, you are going to get great ideas, a higher perspective, a clearing, a vision, new possibilities coming in, new opportunities to appear. We're all kind of the visionary because we're getting the divine ideas. You got to read every day that there's all these possibilities. What's going to help our energy every day to stay connected to real divine abundance, the angels are saying no more complaining. That dims your light. That dims your power. Let go of guilt. Anything, these two things going to keep you from reclaiming your power, your light to shine bright, and block out the distractions that could be limiting what you need to literally do in the physical, because you can work on it now, make the difference. They're saying empower yourself to fearlessly and courageously do all you know you're here to do right now. Truly regard every day as having infinite possibilities that are available to you now. Remember, here are the possibilities. They're saying stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance and clear out the old for the new opportunities to appear. We're co-creating and in concert together with divine and also with each other, because I love in this, it's like we're walking arm in arm. Look at that bright light, the advocate speaking up and doing for the aligned to the greater good of all. And this is just a beautiful energy as we go through March. So this has been the Real Divine Abundance Spirit Guidance to get messages from Spirit and the angels and all these divine messages. And it was interesting how they really said, include this divine power deck, because there is a lot more that we have power of in our everyday. And I could see, even with this, like no more complaining, no more guilt, block out distractions. Anything that supports you being a nurturer to yourself and others is like at the heart of it, to support your visions, your ideas, seeing farther, a higher perspective, the advocate where it's good for you and all aligned to the greater good. Together we're bringing in more light and all this divine power of doing the work, because we all together, separately and together, are making the difference together, and new opportunities are coming in. So they want us to empower ourselves every day, be fearless, courageous, reclaim your power, and always stay divinely connected and create more real divine abundance. And here it comes. New opportunities are appearing. So this has been the Real Divine Abundance reading for March. Have a great March and lots of real divine abundance for us all. Take care. Bye-bye.